Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, collective. Good morning. I'm just gonna clear the field. I'm just clearing the field. This freaking incense is going right in my face. Good morning. Hello, Michelle Bernadine. Good morning, everybody. Hello. I hope everyone is having a fantastic morning so far. I'm sure it's so early. You're laying in bed listening to me, and I'm so grateful. I am so, so grateful for all of my blessings. Truly favored, highly blessed. I have no complaints. Life is so good. Life is so good. I can't even. I'm so grateful. Life is a freaking miracle. Life is a miracle. It's a miracle that the sun and the moon come up every day without fail. Did you see the moon last night? Did anyone have some crazy dreams? I definitely had some wild, wild, wild dreams. Good morning, everybody. My name is Patience. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I am a spirit medium, your favorite spirit medium, host of Spirit News on all major platforms. A podcast where we teach you about non-physical energy through our very own spirit team, the Guild of the Golden Triangle. Mish, Maribel, and Mantis. That's my spirit team. Everyone has a spirit team. Everybody is assigned a spirit team. You have a spirit family that you incarnate with multiple times, no matter how many times you need to learn the lesson. We are no expert, but we're learning as we go with you guys. We try to do these collective energy reads to learn how to read the language of spirit, which anybody can read. Everybody has an electromagnetic field. Everybody has a soul, which is your electromagnetic field. And that is the conduit in which you use to read non physical energy. So, we're here. Do you summon demons? I do not. I do not summon demons, but to tell you the truth, it don't take much. you you summon demons by your actions, by your behaviors, by your patterns, by your inability to see yourself when you're in the victim mode, when everything happens to you and nothing's your fault. That's when you summon demons. Hello, is this the super fruity patootie gay stream? If you want it to be, that's so cute. Super fruity patootie. All are welcome. So whoever is meant to be here will be here. Hello, which Bible do you read? Well, we've been doing a lot of research on the Bible. I feel like the Bible does have a lot of nuggets that I resonate with, but then, there's a lot of things where I'm like, it doesn't resonate with me. So I think we should allow new material into the Bible. I think that, the Bible and its time frame for which it was created or gathered, I think there's new information coming in, and I think that there's new prophets and there's new priests and priestesses, high priests and priestesses that are being activated that have true connection to divine information that need to add to the Bible, because we all know that there's stuff in the Bible that's not in there that should be in there. There's things in there that are should be in there that we don't even know about. Like, really, we can't go 100% by the Bible. We have to start using our own discernment. Dodge the bullet, and he said he was going. All magic is make believe. I don't know. I experience magic every day. Magic, miracles, and I don't perform any kind of rituals other than gratitude, prayer, finding joy even in strange situations. But we're gonna do a collective energy message. I'm just waiting for people to come in. Hey, can you speak my name? Please, 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 please. I guess so. Sama? Sama? I mean, Santa. Oh, Santa. Sure. Hello, Santa. Thank you for being here. Um, you can think and say what you like. None of it makes it real. Either you have strong evidence for your claim or it's just make believe. But isn't everything a belief? Isn't everything make believe? This is the land of make believe. In the land of make believe, I be what I want it to be. A belief is just a thought you keep thinking. And when it really comes down to it, all of our Bibles, all of our history was written by men, and men falter. Men are imperfect. And unfortunately, that's the way it is. And that's why we're really passionate about you going within and healing your own field so you can be a clear conduit so you can receive divine messages. So you if you have an answer, you don't need to go to your Bible. You go directly to God and God will tell you the answer. So no, disease is real, gravity is real. Yeah, it is. In this realm of the earth realm, it's meant to be real. We come down in our limitless we come down in our limitless non-physical form to have a human experience, to have a physical limited experience because we live forever. And where's the fun in forever? We thought it would be fun to come experience physicality, limitation, because we live forever. So we want to come and be perfectly imperfect because we thought it would be fun. Guys, I figured out how to fart into my own mouth. Do you want to know how to do it? Well, Lewis, the joke's on you because farting into your own mouth is not something that I think we should. Okay, someone said, teach me your ways. Hey, you know what? If that makes you happy, if that is the thing that brings you joy, then go for it. It's all in your imagination. Yeah. A belief is just a thought you keep thinking, and Spirit tells us, or tells me, that I've asked these questions before. I've asked all these questions because I wanted to know too, like, what the hell are we doing here? And how come I can speak to Spirit and some people can't? And how can we help other people to speak directly to their own spirit guides and directly to their own idea of who God is? Like, how can we do this? How can we cut out the middleman and be direct lines to the creator? So we did make a podcast for you guys. We upload episodes when we've gathered all the information. So they're not on a set schedule, but there are 19 of them. The latest episode was Rise of the Divine Feminine, or Return of the Divine Feminine, which was very, very educational. If you want to learn more about energy and the metaphysical information that we get from our spirit team, you can go there and find more podcast style, segmented, episode based material. Here we do energy reading. We learn how to read energy with spirit. Not for you to do it like us, but for you to see that anyone can do it, and you just have to ask. You just have to ask, and they'll help you. They have guided me to at a set time. They have guided me to show you guys through like game cards and dictionaries and books, because Spirit says that everything's energy, and so therefore you can read anything depending on you as in your soul imprint and your what you decided to have your blueprint be. We all have a unique way that we connect with source, and the thing that our spirit guides are teaching us is that someone might do it a certain way, and you might say, why can't I do it that way? But really, it's because everyone does it their own unique way. And so Spirit doesn't want you to communicate with them the way, other people might communicate with them. They want you to figure out your own unique way of receiving the information from them. So magic is real as Harry Potter. I believe it is, honestly. I believe Harry Potter is like I don't want to say an archetype, but it's kind of like, it's kind of the way it would look astrally, because the magic has to happen first astrally through your thoughts, and your thoughts are electromagnetic as well. And so spirit is teaching us how to control our thoughts, to focus on the things that we want to experience more than the things we don't want to experience, but to not take those things, those experiences that are bad, and look at them as bad, but look at them as lessons, or there's something that I'm missing, or something that I'm electrically charging, or something that I'm a magnetic match to, if I'm experiencing some kind of lack. And you have to experience lack in this physical realm. You experience good and bad duality, because you need to know what you don't like in order for you to know what you do like. If you didn't have bad things happen to you, you wouldn't know how to change it. You wouldn't know how to learn from it. You would always just keep making the same mistakes over and over again. Okay? Well, Lewis, you don't have to believe magic is real. Claims that are presented without evidence can also be dismissed without evidence. Okay, well, all I know is from my own experience, and I'm not here to convince anybody. I've had 4 near-death experiences. I've been a child psychic since I remember when I was a baby in the crib, and I would have my angels come, and I'd have children play with me, and so all I can tell you is from my own experience. I experience magic all the time, and a lot of the magic is non-physical. And a need for evidence is very masculine based. I need to have physical evidence in order to believe something. But sometimes you believe something through a good feeling. Love has no physical evidence. You feel love through emotion, and emotion is not physical. It has no residue to show you. You have to feel it yourself, but it's still there, and joy as well. So the best things in life are free, and they're not physical, they're non-physical. So that's just a Monday for me. Personal experience is not good strong evidence, it's just anecdotal evidence. Well, what you should go listen to our Return of the Divine Feminine, because as we integrate more divine feminine energy into the collective, people have to start learning how to trust their inner guidance, which sometimes you don't have evidence for. And if you want to be in touch or be in a balanced state, relying on scientific evidence for non-physical things is just silly. Even the CERN, the particle accelerator, deals with non-physical energy. And so you have to remember that you're both. You come here to be both. And if you only allow yourself to believe that you can experience things only through physical energy, then you'll never experience spirit, because you're not allowing yourself to. You have to be able to let go of that very masculine idea that it doesn't exist without physical evidence. And you have to start inviting the idea or the belief that magic can happen without physical evidence. And sometimes trying to understand something so analytically and needing to have like a linear way of how it works actually keeps you from knowing that you're supported and that you're worthy and that you're loved. If you don't have evidence, you be honest, you say, I don't know, instead of making stuff up. But see, that's the thing, Lewis. In my experience, I'm not making it up. That's just what I've experienced. I'm sorry that you're not at a place of belief or allowing for you to experience it. One day you will be, but I can't. I have evidence for myself, and I don't have evidence for you. That's not my job. You have to go out and look for your own evidence. But you cut yourself off from receiving the evidence by believing that you can't experience without evidence. And so the thing about feminine energy is a knowing, a clear sentience, knowing that there's something bigger than you, there's something greater than you, and that it comes from a place of love. And when you allow yourself like a little bit at a time, you'll start to see, I see, what I see as evidence every day is waking up every day. The fact that everything I need is right here, right now. The fact that the sun comes up and I get to feel it on my face. Those are miracles. Those are evidence to me. If you need physical evidence and you're not recognizing the things around you as things to be grateful for, then you may have some work to do. There may be a lot of biases, or maybe a lot of beliefs that you need to let go of. You associate with what gender? Are you asking me if I'm a man or a woman? I am a born woman. I do what I do, how I do when I can do it. Okay. No, you just don't want to learn critical thinking or logic. You like make believe, and that's okay. Actually, I do both. I intake information, and you have three brains. You have a brain, you have a heart brain, and you have a gut brain. One uses intuition, one uses emotion, and one uses logic. You're meant to use all of them together in order for you to have alignment. And a lot of us only use our mind, and they don't use their heart or their gut. And so you have a disconnected or distorted view because you're only connected to one mind. Yes, you do. I promise you do. I promise. It's called heart math, and your intuition is in your gut. And so when you have a bad gut, or you're not feeding your gut right, you can have an altered intuition. When you're blocked emotionally and you're all logic and you're no emotion, then you have a blocked heart chakra. When you're all logic and you're not using your emotions to help you feel when something makes you emotionally upset or emotional joy, those are things that you need, and you need your logic. You need all three brains to have. Well, you go do your research, Lewis. I promise you, you'll find something. You go do your research, okay? The heart pumps blood. That's all I promise you it doesn't. You can go. I'm not here to convince you. I'm here to just give you information or research, but I promise you your heart's a lot more than a blood pumper. There are no chakras. Well, you're allowed to believe that, Lewis. And whatever path you're on, I support it. So I'm not here to convince you. Okay. Oh, got a lot of non-believers in here, but that's okay. Well, Lewis, I'm sorry that you haven't gotten to experience magic. I hope that one day you'll be able to let go of those beliefs that were given to you so you can allow your own receptivity to be opened. I hope that for you. Hey, Scovy. Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here. I think we're good now. Let's start this reading. So Spirit wanted me to do a collective energy read. Um, Spirit wanted me to do. Spirit said Garcia and horrific. Okay, so let's do it. Holy Divine Spirit with Archangel Michael, please be in my space with me. What should we do? I have these little story like thingies. Girl, I play Magic the Gathering. Oh, good. I'll do my magic cards for you. I'll do my magic cards for you. That's where we'll start today. I'll do my magic cards.
Kids.
Spirit said kids. Oh, look at this. Magic the Gathering. Thanks to Lewis. This is where we'll start today. Okay, so someone is angry. Someone is so angry. Someone has just transformed into a mindless, animalistic werewolf.
Sarah.
Oh, Spirit said Sarah. Someone is transformed into a monster. Ooh. Let's see. What else, Spirit? What happened? There's also some others in the background. There's some other werewolves in the background. So it could be a group of people. I liked Yu-Gi-Oh better than Magic. Yes, Lou's about to lose his shit. What's UWU? You would. You will. No, I like you. You're just being intellectually dishonest, and it's. Well, Lewis, as much as your opinion is very, I'm very grateful for your opinion. Your opinion cannot be projected onto me and be my truth. So if that's how you view me, that's fine. I still love you, and I'm glad you're here. But it doesn't make it true. Dauntless survivor. A dauntless survivor. Dauntless survivor. Human warrior. I've got a little surprise for you, beasties. Come and get it. Are they mad at a warrior? Some kind of dauntless survivor? I got a little surprise for you, beasties. Come and get it. Someone in your energy may have attacked you, and they're mad because you're a survivor, because you're unfazed, you're unbothered. Unholy efficient. This was upside down. Unholy efficient. You could be a holy efficient, someone who's opposite of unholy. You could be some kind of vampire killer. Is some kind of vampire killer. Well, I'm not going to show my feet, Shakur, so you're going to be waiting for a while. Hi, Rolando Perez will get the house in Mississippi soon. I don't know. I'm not that kind of psychic. Yeah, so you're some kind of vampire slayer. Some kind of dauntless survivor. There's something they keep doing to you that never works. It never works. But it's making them increasingly more angry. Because you're some kind of wholly efficient. Wholly efficient. That's so funny. You're some kind of vampire killer. That's awesome. Okay. What else? Spirit said bury it. Lewis, if you're going to keep being distractive, I'm going to get you out. But I want you to stay. I want you to stay. If you can stop being distracting and stop saying random things, for now, because I'm starting the read, you can stay. Okay, but if you're gonna keep being distractive, I have to get you out because I'm easily distracted and I want to focus. Someone needs a message. Okay, if that's what you want from me. Okay, ask and you shall receive. They wanted to be banned. I didn't want to ban them. They wanted to be, so. No one ever says your name. Oh, Shakur Porter. Say your name. Gearbane orangutan. Gearbane orangutan. When Gearbane orangutan enters the battlefield, choose one. Destroy up to one target or artifact or sacrifice an artifact. In her defense, Thopters are very fun to smash. Udall and the Foundway Associates. Some kind of association, some kind of group mentality or group thinking or someone. I was left alone. Someone may be standing up for you or coming to your defense. Someone who is part of this group that may have come against you at some point. Some kind of unholy vampire group. And it's metaphorical. It doesn't have to be literal. They're in conflict now. They're so mad. There's like a lot of anger here. A lot of aggression. It's a lot of aggression. What else? There's something that they're finding you to be a dauntless survivor, some kind of warrior Vampire Slayer, you won't die. In fact, you're like, I've got a little surprise for you, beasties. Come and get it. You're actually like very courageous. You're very brave. Curious Cadaver. Zombie Detective. When you sacrifice a clue, return Curious Cadaver from your graveyard to your hand. Patient and surprisingly clever, though he does need to be reminded not to eat the corpses. You have someone from this group watching you or trying to investigate you, trying to find some kind of flying monkey from this group. They may have been put, or they may have found it necessary to try to gather information about you. Why? Why doesn't Kylox put an off switch on these things? They're trying to figure out what your off switch is. How do we turn you off? How do we turn you off? You keep on slaying too many dragons. You keep on going. There's something that they want to stop you from doing or from being, because you're galvanized. You're like galvanized steel. Like no matter how many times they hit you, you keep going. Okay.
Craving attention.
Spirit said craving attention. So there's something that they're trying to get your attention for, or they're trying to get you to have some kind of reaction or something. But every time they try to do this, you deflect it like galvanized steel, like there's something you're deflecting. It could be energetic. I don't know what it is yet, but it's making them very angry. It's making them angry. Something they could have did this full moon, because I have the full moon behind this guy flying right here. All right, let's do imagine ifs. We'll roll the dice. Let's do an imagine if. 6. Imagine if blank had to live in the land of the endless season. Which season would he or she choose? Duck season. It kind of reminds me of... In her defense, Thoppers are very fun to smash. Endless season. This group, or one of these people in this group, has some kind of like... They're some kind of hunter. And they enjoy hunting a certain type of person that could be you. Some kind of... They enjoy hunting vampire slayers or something. This is metaphorically, so I guess in a 3D way, it could be someone that, likes to target maybe psychics, or likes to target really nice people that have a big heart, or, something like that. But in the ethers, it looks like vampire slayers, someone who kills people with kindness, someone who is a spirit warrior, possibly someone with high spiritual authority, possibly like earth angels or something, something like that. Okay. What else? 1. I rolled a 1. Imagine if blank were a condiment. What would he or she be? Salt. Someone salty. Because they can't... This is something they do a lot, or something that they may be known for. Being able to do this. Some kind of vampire, werewolf group. I have... It could be some kind of group of people. I rolled a 6 again. Imagine if blank could be brilliant at one of the following. Which would he or she choose? Spelling. I can't make it up, you guys. Spelling. Spells. They're salty because none of their spells work on you. And spells could just be, manipulation of some kind, lies, anything, something like that. I don't know yet. We just started, so I'm not sure yet. Let's do the random X-Men generator and see what X-Men Spirit says they are. Let me see. Random X-Men generator. Okay, let's do one. Spirit, tell me what X-Men these people are symbolizing. Clarice Ferguson, blank. All right. Clarice Ferguson, blank, X-Men. Clarice. That reminds me of, what's that movie? Clarice. What the heck was that movie? I can't think of it. You guys, what was that movie where the lady's name was Clarice? The Moth. Silence of the Lambs. Clarice Ferguson, known as
cycle,
Blink, is an X-Men related mutant famous for her ability to create teleportation portals. That's so funny because I had a dream last night. Silence of the Lambs, thank you. Silence of the Lambs, that's right. Thank you guys. I had a dream last night for the full moon that somebody is some kind of spiritualist, and in the dream they took a lot of hallucinogens. They grew like mushrooms in the basement or something. They sell mushrooms, they do mushrooms or acid, something like that. And they do it a lot, and they get paid, they take money from people. I don't want to call them a practitioner because they're not very well versed, but when they take these hallucinogens, they can astral project. And people pay them to astral project into people's dreams
and twist emotions.
and twist emotions and on the astral realm, on the non-physical realm. Except in my dream, they got stuck there. I don't know, I don't remember why though. And it could be someone in this group where that's what they're known for. They could have tried to do some kind of spell or reach you astrally, and something happened. You're galvanized. Whatever they do, they're always cooking up some weird spell or idea to affect you in some way. They want you to be like this. They want you to turn into some kind of werewolf or something. They want you, hey Johnny, they want you to they're trying to get some kind of reactionary reaction out of you by doing something. But it's not working. Interesting. Maybe that's why the unholy efficient was back upside down. All right, I rolled a 2. Let's do another one. Spirit said I can twist your emotions. So we're definitely no experts, but what we're learning, show me. But what we're learning through Spirit is that your thoughts and your electromagnetic field can be affected non-physically through intrusive thought. And it can make you feel emotions that aren't yours. It can make you reactionary to illusions or things that they project onto you. And so there's something about them doing that to you. Okay. I rolled a 2. Imagine if blank belonged to a TV family, which would it be? The E-Wings. The heck is an E-Wing? I never heard of the E-Wings. Let me see. You could be gifted because the X-Men, um, wielding energy charged javelins for offense, biomolecular spatial displacement, teleportation portal rifts. Yeah, one of these people in this group was commissioned to astral project to you and to try to do some kind of projection to alter your emotions. So everything that happens physically has to happen non-physical energy first. So what it would look like is, from my perspective, if I want it to happen physically, then I know I need to go astrally to imagine it or to imagine how I want it to be. So there's someone who's very versed at that, and it doesn't have to be, there's some kind of altered state they go in, but you don't have to do an altered state. If you are good at focusing, like for instance, we've come across people in the readings that know how to harness their focus, like look at a picture for, an hour and then imagine that person in their mind, doing whatever it is they want them to do, you know, focused intention, that's absolutely possible. And so there's something about them commissioning
13.
13, them commissioning someone who knows how to do this, or they do it through transcendental states through hallucinogens. Oh, there goes my throat. Shakalaka. Holy Divine Spirit, please remove any blockages being projected at my throat. Shakalaka. Bam. Okay, so I don't know what the E-wings are, so let me just look that up real quick.
Dark reputation.
Dark reputation. Excuse me. Yeah, some kind of vampire den. A group of people that have spiritual awareness, that use spirituality and the spirit realm to like spy on people and shit. The E-wings, the wealthy feuding Texas family from the iconic American TV soap opera Dallas. Texas could be significant. It says they could be having some kind of familial power struggle because of some cultural phenomenon. Because of some phenomenon, perhaps because of your psychic abilities. Greed, power, family, loyalty, betrayal, rivalry. I told you this is some kind of, they're trying to preserve their legacy. You could be having some kind of discrimination against you because of your spirituality, except these people are the ones casting spells. They're the ones who are greedy. They're the ones who are known for betrayal and rivalry. They keep trying to do something to you, but it's not working. 2, they could be some kind of cultural difference between you and them. Some kind of patriarch leading the way. Imagine if blank was a type of footwear. Which would he or she be? Jack boots. Jack boots. What the heck is jack boots? Let me see. Jack boots. Jack
17.
boots? Jack boots? Heavy laceless military boots rising to the calf or knee. Someone possibly in the military? This could be the military. Oh shit. You could have the military trying to infiltrate your thoughts.
Possession of someone close.
Possession of someone close. They may be trying to use people who are close to you to try to get you in some kind of emotional instability, but every time they try, You're a vampire slayer. You're a warrior of some kind. You may have high spiritual rank, so you're galvanized. They're angry. There's something about you that it's not working. Mm, let me see. This in Texas. Let me see. Military bases in Texas. I'm just following the clues. There's a number of bases. Joint Base San Antonio, Fort Bliss, Fort Cavazos. There's a lot. Fort Worth. Interesting. Texas military installations. Active duty installations. Spirit. Can you tell me more about why they're doing this? What is it about the collective that makes them a target for this? The Tower of Pisa leans like a cholo. The Tower of Pisa leans like a cholo. They could be going through some kind of towers associated with you. They're trying to fix it, or they're trying to change something. Spirit, what signs are associated with these people?
During the new moon's eclipse.
I have a Taurus. Spirit said during the new moon's eclipse. Yeah, I told you there's something they're doing in this full moon. An Aquarius. A Gemini. Another Taurus. Taurus twice. Spirit says to grab 4 more signs. Another Taurus. That's Taurus 3 times, bro. That's Taurus 3 times. 2. A Sagittarius. Truly, Spirit says. And a Leo. Wow. They're trying to stop you. They're trying to stop you from being peaceful. I told you they're trying to. One of them could be a friend. And a Cancer I have. One of them could have been a friend. So why are they trying to do this? They're in a tower right now, but why? Don't squat on your spurs or kick a cow patty on a hot day. Greenhorn. Don't squat on your spurs or kick a cow patty on a hot day. Because they're kicking shit. Because they sat on their spurs. They poked their own ass. There's something they're trying to fix by doing something to you. I love a man with a sense of style. Look at that guy. His confidence is practically oozing out of his cuffed pleated pants. I love a man. Don't stay here alone. There's something about someone you're in love with, or someone who loves you. They're trying to get people to not love you. They're trying to turn people against you so they don't think that you're confident. But you ooze confidence. They're trying to get you to be unconfident, but I don't know why. Why though? I hope it's not because of a man, because that's wild. There could be a lot of people in your energy. You have military in your energy. You have some family in your energy. You have a friend in your energy. There's like a lot of people in your energy that are trying to take your optimism from you. They're in towers and they're wondering why you're not in a tower. They're angry because hiring
behind.
they've been behind hiring people to put you in an energy of chaos, but every time they see you, you're oozing confidence and you have a sense of style. And so they're very angry about that. There's nothing they do works. I don't know why they're doing it. We'll see. We'll see. Tell me more. What is this tower that they're in? What is this tower they're in? We'll do apples to apples. What's this tower they're in? My love life. I told you this has to do with my love life. Something with all you need is love. Yeah, you're in an energy of love. You're confident. You're galvanized. You could be very spiritual. Someone who has protection. They're trying to infiltrate that protection, but the Grateful Dead. You could have ancestors that are attracted to you because of your gratitude. You may show gratitude towards them. You may be in relationship with them. American rock band founded in 1965, best known for their Deadhead fans. Yeah, you may show a lot of love to your ancestors, so they protect you. They take our growth personally.
And there's something.
Yeah, there's something about them. You have multiple people, so I need to find a way to like streamline this because I don't think that all these groups of people have the same goal. The goal actually they have the same result they're trying to elicit out of you, which is some kind of like chaos or emotional instability, because they need you to match something unholy for something unholy to affect you. But because you're in some kind of gratitude warrior galvanization, it just doesn't affect you. And so they could possibly, oh, that just came out like by itself. I didn't even move the cards.
Plans.
Nicholas Cage, American actor known for his edgy characters in Leaving Las Vegas, Raising Arizona, and Moonstruck. So something about Las Vegas, Arizona, and the moon. I told you something on the full moon. They're trying to put you in a cage. Some kind of cage, something about your love life. It's because you operate on a frequency of love. You look at the joy. There's something that's not matching that they're doing to you. And we're learning about energy as we go. We're definitely not experts, but what we're learning is that anyone who wants to dabble in spell work or wants to hire people or who do spiritual work, who do astral projection, blah, 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 it's about energy. It's all about energy, okay? If you're walking in an energy of love and you find gratitude about everything, and this is for that guy Lewis, when you walk in that energy, it makes you a vibrational mismatch to people who have bad intentions, who want to project things onto you to cause reactionary emotional outbursts. It doesn't match it doesn't match the vibration that you have and that they're sending to you. And so
Cameron.
spirit spirit said Cameron with a Kamryn. And so when you project that kind of energy onto someone who's walking in a love frequency, who's always in a good mood, who's kind, who goes out of their way to find joy, they're like a marble. You'll be like a marble and they're like Velcro, and you can't stick a marble to Velcro. Okay? So there's something about that. Um, you have, there's, I don't know how to read this energy because I'll just let Spirit tell me what you want us to know. You have military in your energy, you have celebrities in your energy, you have music people in your energy, you have friends in your energy, family in your energy. There's like a lot of people in your energy right now. Richard Nixon, the government is in your energy, politicians. Let me see if I can find out. Spam. Yeah, you could have a lot of spam right now, a lot of phone calls, a lot of mass mystery emails. It's because they need you corrupt, because you could be exposing corrupt, nasty, corrupt people that are in all industries, military, industrial complex, pol, 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 political people, actors. You know, you could be revealing a lot of things that they don't want you to, things that the dead people are grateful that you're bringing to the surface, people who are crossed over. I got Gandhi, worldly. Witch hunts. Yeah, you could be on some kind of witch hunt. You could be bringing down these people that use spell work, that are corrupt and nasty, offensive, dishonest, underhanded, shady. This was sticking up. If I get blacked out, does that make me a racist? People who are secretly racist. If you're wearing sunglasses in the gym and catch me staring at you, I don't want trouble. I'm just judging you really, really hard. People who are very judgmental. Yeah. You could be being watched because you're speaking some kind of truth. You're outing a lot of corrupt, dishonest, underhanded behavior. You're outing. You could possibly be catching on to a lot of spell work and witchcraft that these complexes use for their own, gain, including family. You have family, friends, military, government, entertainment industry. You got a lot of people in your energy right now. Okay. Where should I go? Where should I go? Let me see. What are they doing? Well, look at how your unconscious mind rules your behavior. Okay? Subliminal. They're trying to send you something subliminal. They want it to be you who, like, they're trying to find some kind of, like, off button for you. You could be possibly ascending or just outing a lot of information. They're trying to turn you off. Okay? Subliminal. Remembering and forgetting. During the last 18 years, you've delivered 3,000 lectures, coherent messages on a platform, using your memory to serve rather generously. Confident in your testimony. They're trying to make your statements prove to be false, but they're alarmed because your memory has no problems. They're trying to make you error so you look unusual and not normal. They need eyewitnesses to view you as someone unusual. but you're in the early stages of pioneering studies of your memory in order to investigate the general human memory functions. And so you're talking about criminology. You're a student who's standing up and shouting and challenging the distinguished speakers and professors who jumped to their feet to defend and argue about why they pulled a gun out and why the gun went off. You are erupting an entire room into a finality, and this order is shouting and saying it's all a ruse, it's not true. Because they're in denial and they're enraged that you're teaching others, students, about actors following a script. Altercations are breaking out because you're part of a grand experiment where your purpose is being exercised to test everyone's powers of observation and memory. There's nothing fake about this psych class that you are lit up. You're lit! And so you're gaining an audience in groups and asking immediate questions to hold account and cross-examine the reports that they've put out to quantify the accuracy of the reports. Fuck yeah. Your performance in these bite-sized components are changing the way that people are viewing what reports these people say, and are counting the errors and omissions and alterations and additions of these errors. Actions, as they try to say that these actions never occurred, you can bet that they are attributed to these actors. And important actions were missed. And now they're arguing with their mouths and acting like what they said they never said. The incident, something about an incident, something might have happened. It says, as you might imagine. So they're trying to imagine you receiving a fair amount of public humiliation, but really it's like bouncing off of you, and they're staging conflicts they're staging conflicts provided by psychologists. Something about Germany, Project Paperclip, that alter our psychology. Oh, I gotta put this puzzle piece in. Hold on real quick. Gotcha. Hey, Mr. Brad Boy. Gotcha, boy. Every day we lit. I remember that song. It went hard. Wow. So that's why all these people are in your energy, because they're clowns and they've been having scientific meetings to construct psychological guns to create conflict in society. And now they're arguing because you are proving to everyone on your platform that they're clowns in costumes and that they're actors, and that it's safe to assume that we're the audience and that they're staging incidences. But the question is why? Because their reports are grossly inaccurate. They don't They invent reports of a wide variety wearing different costumes, but underneath they're all clowns. They're trying to describe a fine hat on the head of a man with a gun, when really we should be looking at the gun or the man who holds the gun. They're hoping that they can use nature to mislead our memories or to have errors in our memories. They're hoping that if they document enough false incidences, that we will remember differently. They don't want to be confronted with the details or the mistakes that they've commonly made. They use techniques to employ our minds to be filled with gaps. Those techniques rely on our expectations and our belief systems of our and prior knowledge. They hope that it will result in the belief of actual events, but our brains can't be fooled. What? So they're hoping to, it's like, this is like in some Inception shit. They're like hoping to implant certain memories or have certain memories not be activated. They want to try to control the evidence that's being discovered through speculation. They're hoping that if we don't speculate, then we won't remember the crime scene. We won't remember it the way it actually happened. So they set up little incidences that are supposed to be made or created by psychologists from Germany, which is Project Paperclip brought all those German scientists over, including psychologists. So whatever experiments they were working on for mind control, that's what they're hoping to use against us so we don't remember things. That's why you have the military, the government against you, because you're somebody that remembers. They can't get you to not remember. They can't get you to believe what they're telling you or they're staging incidences so the observers don't question what follows after the incident, even though it's grossly inaccurate. They invent what appears to be a report from a wide variety of different costumes, but they're all attributed to the clown. Okay? That's why they're in your energy, because you don't have an off button. And so what they do to other people, what they've done to other people, doesn't work on you. And you're somebody who could be speaking out against this, or maybe you're an energy healer, or maybe you're just discussing energy and you're helping people understand energy. I don't know. But whatever, they could possibly be targeting you because of that. And every time they try to like poke the bear or like poke you in some way, it doesn't work. You don't have the reaction that they're trying to elicit out of you, and you still keep showing up. So there's something about you showing up. Rags to riches, sealed with a kiss, mad as a wet hen, hit the deck. Yeah, I told you. Because you're somebody who's gone from rags to riches and you sealed it with a kiss. It's impenetrable. It's galvanized. Whatever you're doing is protected. And they're mad as a wet hen, and they have to hit the deck now because it's whatever's happening, whatever they're doing to you, it's going back to them because you're cracking the whip. Off the hook. Because you're off the hook, boo. They try to make me seem crazy. Yeah, absolutely. But it's not working because this is why we're passionate about teaching about energy. When you get to a certain level of awareness where you understand your thoughts and you understand what's yours and what's somebody else's, you can absolutely choose which thoughts you think. And once you have that knowledge, that empowers you to know which thoughts are yours and which thoughts aren't. And I'm telling you, I know 100%. I know this for a fact, and I'm not going to tell you how because I don't want anyone to get hurt. But I know for a fact 100% that they use energy weapons. And the energy weapon is non physical, it's electromagnetic, and they will blast a beam to those who are the most vulnerable for this energy weapon, and they'll send you intrusive thoughts through this energy weapon. Now there's multiple ways they do it. They have a physical, like, machine that alters electromagnetic frequency and then targets certain people who are matching to that. And then when that doesn't work, they have humans that are trained to, like remote view people who have a certain frequency, and then they like target those people. And the thing that used to work in, back in the day that's not going to work anymore is that before all this information was available and before people, this is why they didn't want you to look outside of yourself, or I'm sorry, look inside of for your own answers. You had to go to a priest, or you had to go confess all your sins. That was really just so they could control you, so they could have like something over you. And so people who are vulnerable to this abuse of technology, of spiritual technology, they would target people who match the energy. Violation warning, your live is flagged for misinformation. Restricted for some audiences. I'm not saying anything that's bad. This is for entertainment purposes only. I cannot prove any of this in a court of law. Wow, my comments were in line with you. Your butterflies. Then you said M to the K, not the ultra. Oh, that's right. I have to watch what I say. Oh, thank you so much. I keep forgetting I have to watch what I say. Because TikTok is so, they're very, you say one word and they flag you. So I gotta be careful what I say. But there's multiple people in your energy that have awareness of this, spiritual abuse or technology abuse. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Fall head over heels. A bird in the hand is worth two. What does that mean? Let me see. I don't know what that means. A bird in the hand is worth two in a bush. A bird in the hand is worth two in a bush. It's better to have something certain, even if small, than to risk losing it for the chance of getting something greater that isn't guaranteed. Oh. Value certainty. A tangible possession is more valuable than two unseen birds in a bush, which you cannot catch. Financial decisions. Taking a guaranteed 500 is an old phone for an old phone instead of waiting for a $600 offer that might not come. Accepting a decent job offer now rather than holding out for a potentially better one that may never materialize. Yeah, there's someone who's they don't understand your energy, and so everything they try is for something, for them to gain something, but every time they do it, they don't have the guarantee that it's going to work. So that's why they keep on trying different things. But everything they try, it never turns out the way they want. So every time they do it, they're actually gambling. They don't know why it never works, and so they're trying to do it to have it affect you in some specific way that's not guaranteed. They don't know. It's almost like trial and error. They're just like throwing things at you and seeing if it'll stick. If 2 hours ago it was a long after 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Wait, what? If 2 hours ago It was as long after 1 o'clock in the afternoon as it was before 1 o'clock in the afternoon. What time would it be now? 9 o'clock. Since there are 12 hours between the two times and half of that time equals 6, then the halfway mark would have to be 7 o'clock. If it were 7 o'clock 2 hours ago, the time would now be 9 o'clock. It feels like they think that having numbers, like they're like having more people against you will change the outcome. There could be like many groups where they're hiring practitioners or lots of people to come up against you because they feel like, well, somebody's got to have an answer. One of us has got to figure this out, kind of thing. And they could be possibly like hitting your family members or, using people you love to try to affect the way you view them or the way that they view you. There's like lots of people in your energy who are trying to figure out what your weaknesses are. And they feel like having more people against you, like it's a bunch of people against, and you're one person or something like that. Gotcha. Man. Okay. Ali Baba owns a very valuable diamond that he keeps in a wooden box in his tent. The box is covered with a sliding wood lid. Inside the box is a snake that has a poisonous bite so deadly it will kill a man instantly. Ishmael broke into Ali's tent one morning, and within moments he had stolen the diamond. Ishmael did not touch the snake in any way, nor did he wear any protection on his hands. Ishmael had left. The box was intact and the snake unharmed. How was Ishmael able to remove the diamond from the box without any special tools or help? And Spirit said health. He was able to do it the same way Ali Baba did it. He turned the box upside down and slid the lid back just far enough for the diamond to fall out.
Fictional time waves.
So one of these people in your energy, Ali Baba, could be Muslim. They think that you're a valuable diamond. They're trying to figure out a way to cover you or to break you. They want to find a way to break you, but you're a diamond. You can't be stolen. You have You have protection. There's somebody that doesn't understand the way you operate. They want to harness your abilities as a special tool to help them. They think that whatever they find value in your diamond energy. Spirit said health, so they might be sick. They think that your energy can make them not sick anymore. But every time they try to turn your life upside down, you fall out. It kind of feels like they think just when they think they got you, you escape somehow. They're trying to steal your energy because they think that you can heal them. That one of these people, Spirit said health, so one of these people could be sick, but that's not going to work. You can't be used in that way. They can't harness you in that way. They may have been able to harness other people who had similar energy to you, but there was something about them that Um, I just subscribed and I give you a like, your nice hug. Oh, thank you. I have cerebral palsy. Oh, thank you so much, Danielle. Is it Daniel? It's Daniel. I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Daniel. I appreciate you. Yeah, they're trying to they're trying to affect you so they can, or at least one of these people, not there. You have multiple people in your energy, so I'm just trying to figure out like what all of they want, what all of them want. There's one person that thinks that you can heal them. There's one person that is trying to affect your dreams. There's one person that's trying to affect your emotions. There's one person that's trying to affect your love life. It's like it's a lot. Okay. While on safari in the wild jungles of Africa,
Sure.
Professor Quantum, you're a quantum time jumper, and Spirit said sure. The reason why they can't catch you is because you know how to quantum. You're quantum. Got a problem? Yeah, that's quantum. Level of concern bottom. Because I'm drama free. Yeah, you know me. I'm all about my ascension and my mastery. Yeah, you're somebody that's constantly focused on being a better version of yourself. You have quantum abilities where you can choose what timelines you jump, some kind of timeline jumper. Quantum woke, Professor Quantum woke one morning and felt something in the pocket of his shorts. It had a head and a tail, but no legs. When Quantum got up, he could feel it move inside his pocket. Quantum, however, showed little concern and went about his morning rituals. Why such a casual attitude? It was only a coin. Yeah, that's what's come through spirit. Spirit said, sure. That's what's enraging these people, because no matter what they do to you, you're unfazed. They're doing morning rituals, moon rituals, all these different they're putting a lot of work in, they're hiring a lot of people. There's so many things they're doing to you, and every time they see the end result is like you're unbothered. You're so casual. Your attitude is so casual. And that's what's really pissing them off about you. I'm happy poop. Oh, thanks, Lord Byron. My bottom in the air, but warm and comfortable. You need an exorcism from a Catholic priest. Well, I don't. If you think I need an exorcism, that you ain't seen nothing. You don't know nothing, honestly. If you think I need an exorcism, you're not a reliable source of information. I love you too. I love you too. So they're using people who can astral project. People are getting stuck in the astral realm. All kinds of things. Deceptively. Specious. Illusory. Deceptively attractive, seemingly plausible, but fallacious. The student's spacious excuse for being late sounded legitimate, but was proved otherwise when his
Where two
teacher
paths
called
cross.
him home. They could have been led down a deception, some kind of attractive deception that seemed plausible at the time, but now they're realizing that it was fallacious. They were making excuses to sound legitimate, but now they're being proven that they're not a teacher, that they don't know anything because everything they try never works. And so one of these people has some kind of affinity for capturing people in your energy, for capturing diamonds. But that could be why they keep trying, because they're under some kind of attractive deception that it's plausible. So that's why they keep trying different things. They don't know if it's going to work, but they keep trying different things, not knowing. It's like two a bird in the hand is worth two in a bush. They never know if it's going to work, but they're like, well, I'll just do it anyway. I'll just do it anyway and see what happens. And every time they do it, it doesn't work. And so this is like a game of trial and error because they've never come across somebody who's at the level of quantum awareness as you, okay? Um, we'll do the Holy Scriptures, New World Translation of the Holy Scriptures. Spirit, what do you want us to know about this situation? Kings. Mm-hmm. Something about someone's houses being cut off. God's cutting these earth kings. Oh, warfare itself took place. Spiritual warfare came up against Judah. God will allow no one to go against touch not my anointed, because whoever you, oh my gosh, look, and this isn't supposed to be in there, like predator. It's difficult to outwit something that doesn't speak, strategize, or even think. Yeah, these people are doing spiritual warfare against you, and you're someone who's anointed. You're someone who has inherited.
You're in travel.
You're someone who's inherited their divine gifts. And so these people made a covenant to come up against you, because you're bringing down the houses, the houses of the earth kings. They didn't listen to the chiefs before them, and military forces were sent against you. I told you, military forces. I told you, military. They may have summoned something. They may have summoned something to come for you, to put a rest to your affairs, because you're bringing down the cities that they built. But what they built is not written in the book of life. And so what they're growing has to be undone. And you're part of that plan. You're part of that prophecy. You're part of the bloodline of Yeshua and Mary Magdalene that made an oath or took a promise to open the eyes of the walking dead, to bring about a strike against those who come against you, who conspire against you. Wow. So that's why you're protected, because you've reached a certain level of energetic frequency where this can't. It's part of the It's part of the covenant. It's 2:00. It's part of the Yeshua Mary Magdalene prophecy, where Yeshua is back, okay? In us, within us, we're being awakened, and so that's what they don't want. And so you're somebody who's awake, and you're telling people the truth that God wonderfully made you since you were an embryo to be righteous against violent schemes since the day you were born, okay? You have ascended to heaven in your frequency, and now God can speak to you and gives you knowledge that is wonderful so that you can stay high up in your frequency, where you can speak to spirit face to face. You've ascended to heaven, and that's why they can't touch you. That's why everything they do doesn't work. The darkness will be light. You're here you have a mission that you came here to fulfill, and you're going to fulfill it. And no one's going to stop you from fulfilling it. You have a role to play. There's a reason why you're here, and you're fulfilling it. And that's why you have so many people. You slay the wicked ones. You slay the wicked ones with your words. You bring truth to light, and God is granting you a way that's protected from anything wicked. Nothing can touch you that isn't matching your energy. Your adversaries are worthless in this way. They can say what they want, they can do what they want, they can loathe you and revolt against you as much as they want, but their hatred is always going to be a mismatch to your love. You can't fight hate to love. Okay, you can't. Two wrongs don't make a right. Someone has to change, and you're the one who's changed. You have the love frequency, and so you're rescuing people from bad men. You're safeguarded, and you're showing people that good deeds and kind hearts is what we need to battle against these scheming, bad, wicked people, wicked men, it says. They they want to keep attacking, they want to keep doing wars. Their tongues are like serpents with venom, and their lips are like vipers, and you're safeguarded from their deeds of violence. They can try to scheme on you all you want, but you're exalted. They can't touch you because God said no. And there's something they don't understand about that. They don't understand how that's possible.
Kayla.
Kayla. Well, they gonna learn. Because they refuse, the head of this organization or heads of these groups of people refuse to be beaten to prayer. It's like they can't wrap their head around that you don't have to do anything. You just are existing. you're just you're just being you. You're just here. I've been on this and I heard three people talking about the Bible. I think everyone was talking about me. Yeah, if you resonate with this, you can't stop God from they can't stop you from becoming
Funeral.
the Garden of Eden. They're going to have to, Spirit said funeral, so they're going to try until they die because there's something that they don't see the vision of. Their bones are dry. They're shriveling up like a prune. They're trying to come against someone who's holy, who has divine inheritance, who walked with Mary Magdalene and Yeshua. And it's just the time. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're speaking your truth. You're going out into the world. You're spreading kindness. You're being nice to people. I'm divinely protected. Absolutely. Yes, immortal. So there's something that they just can't accept about that. It's like the book says, all these people are watching you, the government, politicians, the military, family units, religious units, all the celebrities, entertainment industry, they're all watching you on whatever it is you're doing because you keep showing up and your energy is unmistakable. Your energy is proof that you can choose what you want to think about. You can choose to be in joy. You don't have to be affected by, these
Conduct receipts.
energetic attacks that they keep sending towards you. And none of them can come to your face. You could have possibly had moments where you may have had, I'm remembering this time where there was like this weird moment where people were like offering services that we didn't need. They're like walking to our door. Like this guy, I only saw him come to my house and he knocked on the door and asked if we needed a roof repair. He said he was just trying to get his business out there, but we're the only house he went to. So now I look back at that and I'm like, that's kind of weird. So you might be experiencing that. You might be experiencing spam emails and weird spam text messages and stuff like that. They're trying to get in your energy, but you're unbothered. You have a direct connection to source. God tells you when it's a no and when it's a go, and they don't understand that. And because they don't have that connection, they have dark souls. They're under. It's like deceptively attractive, seemingly plausible but fallacious ideas about how to get into your energy. And the thing is that why it never works is because it's never done with love. It's never done with understanding or compassion. And that's a frequency that you can read. You can read that in people once you reach a certain clap, spirit said clap. Everyone has the capability of knowing when someone's a liar, when someone's not for your highest good. They are mad. They're mad because you're so unbothered. Absolutely, Moss. Absolutely. And that's the one of the reasons why nothing affects you, because you understand the way it works. You understand that there's nothing to worry about. You're living your life righteously. You're doing the right thing. You're not going to be affected by people who are in guilt and shame and want things to stay the same because they don't want to heal. They don't want to look at themselves. They don't want to look at the things they've done. They don't want to do it over. They don't want to die. And they're going to die. Everyone dies when they come here. You're going to have to meet your maker at some point. And they're doing everything in their possibility and that they can to not do that. And it's sad, really. It's honestly very sad. They're just confused. Okay? They're just confused. So God is massive. They think they're bigger. Exactly. God is omnipotent. God is everything, everywhere, all at once. God isn't bound by time or space. God knows your heart in an instant. God does not need you to kill things. God does not need you to get in the way. All you have to do is receive and be kind and compassionate and be understanding and loving. Love is the only true frequency, you guys, and everything else here is a distortion of that. And we come here on purpose to experience the separation because we thought it would be fun to see how long it takes us to remember where we come from and how it actually works. And I'm happy to come on here and share my testimony and learn how to read energy with you guys so you can be in alignment too. Because test, spirited test. Yeah, we're all being tested, and everything is a test. Every choice you make is a test. Every decision that you make is a test. Every reaction is a test. And not a test that you fail or pass, but a test to see where you're at in your consciousness, to see where you're at in your heart space. And that's what's happening here. So you're revealing a lot of truth that they thought would be hidden, possibly through your spiritual gifts, because that's what was written. That's the prophecy that was written. And they knew that this time was coming all along. And so they can't be surprised when all of us are starting to wake up and speak our truth. They can't be surprised by that. But they're trying to stop it tooth and nail. That's for sure. So that's the message. So you guys remember they like to set up false, flags and including your family, on a macro scale all the way down to a micro scale. It'll be the same tactics, okay? And it's to get you out of your loving energy, to get you out of joy, to make you think negative, because they need to affect you electromagnetically in order to affect you physically and to affect your emotions. So remember, if you're experiencing weird things or people trying to start fights with you or whatever it may be, things on the news, weird things that happen in the news, just remember that a lot of those things are calculated. A lot of those things have been set up or created by psychologists to affect us, to affect our psychology, so we're scared. They need you to be scared in order to affect you. If you are always reacting to every little thing you see with fear, then that makes you easy to control. And so the way for them to not control you is to not take everything that you are thinking, seeing, and hearing at face value. You need to wait a minute, ask God, is this something I should be concerned about? Is this something I should move on? Is this something that's truly happening right now in this moment? Should I always give it, I always say give it 3. Give it 3 hours, give it 3 hours, give it 3 days, give it 3 weeks, 3 months. Sometimes you just have to wait and see if it's accurate, if it comes up consistently, and then you can react to it. I can actually use dark energy to manipulate reality and see beyond what most can. Someone asked, what would you say to Vader if you were discouraged? I'd ask, we'll all do it again. I'm falling back asleep now in your chat. You're sweet. Oh, good. I'm happy for you. Yes, please go get some rest. I got a big day ahead of me. I got some fun to be had. So I'm going to go be finding joy. I'm going to be smiling. I'm going to be laughing. I'm going to be grateful for all of my blessings. I'm going to be so grateful to be able to eat lunch later. I'm starving. And I love you guys so much. Make sure you're moving your energy. Make sure you're cleansing your field. Make sure you're finding joy. Make sure you're finding things to be grateful about. Make sure you're doing the work, healing, finding things that are affecting your field now that you need to clear up. And I love you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to do a true crime tomorrow. I won't tell you who it is because I don't want it to be affected, but we'll do a true crime tomorrow, okay? I love you so much. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye, guys.